Austin Butler sobs during SNL monologue. Austin Butler's opening monologue on Saturday Night Live brought viewers to tears as he paid a moving homage to his late mother. When Austin Butler made his Saturday Night Live hosting debut, he couldn't help but get emotional. The Elvis lead actor sobbed. Actor Austin Butler was born in Anaheim, California on August 17, 1991. Austin rose to fame in a variety of roles on the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and CW, including in the television series Switch at Birth, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and The Carrie Diaries. Butler played Elvis Presley in the biographical movie Elvis. The Golden Globe-nominated Elvis star made fun of his deeper, more Elvis-y voice in the Christmas episode of the NBC's sketch show on Saturday. During his opening monologue, a clip from an interview from 10 years ago was cranked up to high-pitched chipmunk tones. He also made fun of his early success on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon shows. The 31-year-old Elvis impersonator opened the long-running sketch program he presented on December 17 by recounting happy childhood memories and how his mother Lori helped him get over his nerves before talking about his voice. Austin claimed that she homeschooled him and that they like cuddling up to watch the well-known NBC sitcom. Butler became emotional as he described how his mother, who passed away in 2014 at the age of 23 after a fight with cancer, had been inspiring him during the week he spent practicing for SNL. He cherished the memories of watching the late-night comedy program with his late mother, Lori Ann Howell. Austin Butler claimed that having fun with her encouraged him to emerge from his shell and pursue his acting profession. He then broke down in tears as he thought about his mother and the joy it would have brought her to witness him perform on SNL. His mother is remembered in all of his comedic identities and motions. Butler has humorously asserted that he has the Southern accent and that Elvis Presley is always in his voice because of his upbringing in Anaheim, California. Butler added that even though the holiday performance nearly was cancelled last year due to the COVID-19, the production created a flawless plan to make sure it didn't happen again. Additionally, Butler talked about how his sister Ashley, who was there to celebrate her birthday, felt he was strange for having been homeschooled growing up. Butler said that despite being on film, he was a really bashful kid when reflecting on his career, which started when he was a little boy. Reminiscing, he recalled himself as being extremely shy. Fortunately though, my mother chose to homeschool both my sister and me, so I wasn't alone in being odd. Butler said, "My mother would occasionally announce that we were taking the day off and heading to Disneyland because we homeschooled, and we would be ecstatic. But after about the 8th time, I realized that I didn't think my mother knew how to teach." Butler then impersonated the character Gollum from The Lord of the Rings to the audience's amusement and acclaim. Speaking more about his mother, he stated, "Being silly with her is what pulled me out of my shell and is the essence of what started me in acting." Butler further stated that even though his mother was no longer behind him, he has been reminiscing about her a lot over the past week. Just picturing how proud she would be that her son, who used to be unable to order food for myself at a restaurant, is now seated on this platform. He continued saying whenever he made a ridiculous face or voice, it was for his mother, the late Lori. Butler was emotionally moved, as was evident from his breathing heavily while on the podium and wiping his eyes while receiving applause from the audience. The 31-year-old said in an April interview with Vogue that he has felt a unique bond with Presley because of the similar impacts they had on their lives and careers caused by them losing their mothers. Butler then took a walk down the memory lane, informing the audience how he had been watching many documentaries about Presley, and it was only a couple of days previously that he came to know that Elvis' mom had also passed away when he was 23, almost the same as him. Butler had also reasoned that Presley probably had similar evenings where he was haunted by nightmares. However, he does not believe that he is a reply from Presley, as evident by his remark that he doesn't resemble Elvis. But he was not too worried, as according to him, making a film is a more technical achievement that it is not measured by looks alone. Hence, it's confirmed that he does not consider him to be an exact representation of Elvis, but rather another person with a similar perception. Butler claims that the film's production design was miraculous, extremely accurate, and the results of extensive research. He observed that the plot was well-rounded and that selective realism worked. The entire comic book aspect of the movie with Captain Marvel and the carnival theme was very fun. In a spoof referencing Butler's recent performance as the King of Rock and Roll, Sarah Sherman portrayed Jewish Elvis, while Butler played an elderly grandma who was so agitated when she threw her panties at him. Needless to say, Butler had his fun on SNL.